I'm stuck inside of these walls with you. I don't recognize who I've turned into. I'm losing hope and getting myself back. Everything around me is starting to turn black. Don't tell me you're hurt again. Tell me how wrong I am. Tell me how it's all my fault. Yeah, I've met my match again. Starting from scratch again. Where's the pleasure in all this pain? Don't you lie to me. Say it's all okay. When it feels like I'm drowning. I hate to say goodbye, but it's time to go.
All right, welcome back. We had a quick hiccup, but we are back at it. Lovely production team fixing up all the nooks and crannies as these guys are immediately, they're ready to get into this because they want to fight through all the nooks and crannies of Haven.
Exactly. Like I said, we're seeing KJ on both sides, looking to control probably that mid space, probably a lot of B and C. But looks like Event Horizon, double controllers here, both the Viper and the Omen picks coming out.
No,
It's
Cypher.
very looking for a lot of space, hopefully to take control of with that Viper.
All things
And,
considered, because they do have both controllers and they have such a dominant Sentinel, I won't be surprised if they are trying to win a lot of rounds here on the defending half, and that's their plan kind of going into it since they picked the defending half. On the flip
Absolutely.
side, it's quick site takes with Jet, and then potentially just holding it, maybe not taking like a lot of space outside of sight. We'll have to see how that develops. I know the Omen Paranoia is really strong for taking space, though.
Absolutely. And that breach fault line is going to be huge and taking site quickly, getting a lot of space right off the bat. And we're just jumping right into it.
Now, I'm looking at this, right? Like the main differences is having a Sova versus a Viper and then a Sky versus a Breach. I really do love Breach on this map. I feel like it's so strong both on defense and on attack, just for both executing onto a site and stunning angles. Post plant, the aftershock works out really well. There's a lot that works out in favor of having Breach, but I was gonna say, but Sky's powerful, and then I immediately remembered Sky just got nerfed.
Absolutely. But there's a lot of close spaces on here that breach can definitely take advantage of. And right away we see a little bit of quick util usage there from breach, just like I said.
Slow and steady, coming in, tries to take garage, but there's a little turret, and that's the thing you were, I think, mentioning previously, right? You can control both B garage and C main or C long. It works out in favor to have a KJ, which is why I get it, but I still like seeing Cypher, my boy Cypher, as they're all grouping up towards A long, just vibing.
Cypher is definitely a fun agent to see on this map.
Oh, there's a start, dashes in. Evolution gets destroyed. Cupid finds them. Flash for flash. Tit for tat. Valorant wins out. An interesting name, but it's actually going to be Cooper. He gets another, I believe. No, it's JMV taking out Kelly. He does not get the aftershock. Nemesis hides in the corner. Denise is there. Last player standing for Event Horizon here. As this event, it's been eventful, but I need to come up with better event puns, honestly.
There's a quick Horizon find for most of the team, but Dez is trying to pick up some slack here. Like you said, there's very close quarters take from Rain Above. Not really leaving sight, not really looking to find anything outside of it, but Dez is trying to find something else here in Heaven. We see JMV, a little bit of spray through that smoke there.
Oh, definitely.
Here we go.
Has the dash active, doesn't need to use it. Cooper's gonna find them, and I think it's just because of their comp, like the way that it's structured, they don't necessarily need to push out. They're basically playing defense at this point when they've planted the bomb.
Absolutely, they can just get into sight, hunker down, really use those omen smokes and the breach utility to control the space outside of sight and just keep people from getting in. Like a big old brick wall that Rain Above's got set up once they get on site.
Plus the stall potential from Viper, it's just You don't want to push through Viper's smokes if they use it for the post plant, because not only are you gonna die, there's lineups, there's so much variables to it. It's just not necessary. Like you need to go get the. I'm a loss for words. You need to go get the bomb. Viper can either be flanked, they can either be stalling off your push onto site, the entry. It becomes really difficult.
They're really controlling Garage there. You see that wall coming up outside of Garage all the way down to grass. Little Sova drone coming through, trying to peek through, trying to find any information. But we're not seeing a lot of movement here.
I think they're playing a little bit more passively, right? They're on that eco. I think Evolution buying up, forcing up a Guardian. So... Oh, no, wait, no, they did buy up. It's going to be defense on an eco.
Defense is on an eco around here.
Oh, Nemesis.
Very close. Coming almost shoulder to shoulder through those doors. But gonna pass away. Gonna try to go for another, looks like another 8 push.
There we go. Dashes onto site. Evolution behind him does find a 2.
Oh my goodness.
That's that Guardian behind is going to get them. Dez, only player to find the person for right above. Horizon.
Another one of those.
GC.
Another very fast site take. They very much execute on the site in a quick manner, really using those all that breach util really. And now, again, they can hunker down. They have that those Sova darts to take care of. And Nemesis is on 62 HP here. Doesn't have a lot to work with. She has turret up, but we don't have much else besides that.
Is doing a good job here. And there's that Sova utility. Shocks them off, pushes them away.
Yeah.
Gets them
They
through,
really
needs
locked
to
it
find
down.
them. And I think that's
Not a lot of room there, I think, for
A man.
right above. Oh, so
For-
Event GC. Event Horizon GC. Mouthful.
Right. Not a lot that Nemesis could have done there. I mean, you have Sova watching the short push there from sewers, and you have you saw there was 2 sitting and long, just waiting to find out where Nemesis was going to come from, and then they just all collapsed. Nemesis didn't have a lot of room to breathe, unfortunately.
I think that's a benefit to Rain Above's more traditional comp, right? They have the more consistent winning composition here. It works out. Evolution's a great entry here, pushing in immediately with the Omen TP. They're working together in tandem with their utility, and they can take just enough space that they need. There's that Sova drone coming through, clears out most of A Link. Plant is going towards A Link. And it is a no casualties just yet. The bomb clearly goes down. Event Horizon respecting the space, comes up from the flank. Dez finds J-roll. Heals come out. They have what is potentially better weaponry, so they want to be taking smarter fights. Works out that they're playing together. As the site pick comes in. No, it doesn't. They're just holding off on. Holding off on the links. Spams through.
Poking.
Finding one.
Last player standing.
Paranoia comes out, finds one. And B. Oh my goodness, looking beautiful on that sheriff play.
No, needs to reload.
Oh my gosh, fell to the reload. That's unfortunate, to say the very least. That was a quick retake there from Event Horizon, excuse me. But it was quickly taken away because, I mean, Rain Above, unlike on A, they had pushed out both sides, really collapsed backwards onto site to take control of their site that they just want. They want it so bad. They want to control all that space. Maybe not the whole map, but just as much as they can. And looks like another default push here. And we might see a little bit of action here on C.
I mean, defaults have been working so well for Rain Above. Unfortunately, the flood in on site for Event Horizon GC as they pushed into the B site worked out really well. Although I will say JMV absolutely popping off 4-piece with sheriffs. But honestly, unfortunately, I guess can't get the ace.
You're absolutely right. Divine had a nice little play there to clutch up, but not a whole lot going on right now. We're just kind of prodding. You see, Event Horizon, excuse me, is pushing down C here, trying to take a little bit of space and running into Cooper.
Cooper
Finds
finds a
two.
two. And that's going to leave Event Horizon GC in a sticky situation here. Divine has also gotten stunned out. And because they lost so many players, Rain Above has the advantage here. Divine still managing to find one. Paranoia comes through. They're TPing back into safety, knowing that site is compromised at this point. And also picking themselves up a weapon upgrade here. Event Horizon looking a little bit better because they have a 1-player deficit. Oh, she tried to throw the weapon to them, but unfortunately it didn't work out. Now they're all grouped up, C-Long pushing in. This is where the Omen smokes come through. Evolution
Oh my
spraying
goodness.
down. The last player remains.
And Divine
Event Horizon
falls
GC.
all the way. Yeah, Event Horizon tried to flank through all the way down through C-Long with 3, but they had someone there waiting for them. I can't say that was expected, especially on that breach playing so far to the side like that. Coopert finding a lovely little, almost 3 there, but it was enough to change the tide of the round. And
even though Event Horizon GC won the previous round, because they lost so many players to JMV, they couldn't buy up. They had to just go off those sheriffs. It caused a decent chunk of damage here to Event Horizon as the rounds continue to stack for Rain Above. Speaking of which, they might be going for a bit of a faster play here, it seems. All grouped up towards A. There's that ultimate coming out, Rolling Thunder fairly early. Site takes come forward. And again, Event Horizon GC respecting that space. Event Horizon just pulls back. They don't want to be fighting Rain Above on site just yet. Regrouping for that retake.
and we see they're all taking their time to group up here in CT, looking for any sort of purchase that they can find. And Evolution's been very close. They have a lot of smokes. Oh, Dez finds one, drops down from heaven, gets a frag. Ellie finds Evolution as well, close to that CT. So Cooper is cleaning up here. Oh my goodness, and making quick work of the rest of Event Horizon. And you know, it's looking kind of close to the horizon for them so far in this match.
I was also gonna say 3 ultimates here on the line for Event Horizon, and they couldn't. Unfortunately, A site is probably one of the hardest sites to retake on Haven. At least for me personally, I think A site is one of the hardest sites to retake. And even though they do have KJ ultimate and the Omen ultimate to kind of threaten a pinch, there's a lot of stuff they can do for a retake. I don't think leaving it for retake works out, and it makes sense, right? They're sending KJ towards A this time instead of towards C. Triple stacking C. Dez pushing forward with the blades, tries to find him. Zenitsu takes out Kelly. I don't think it's gonna be that quick though. Oh,
It's gonna be a little harder for Cooper to find what he's looking for on C here, and both are Rain Above's collapsing back towards mid. No one on B right now. So they might just be theirs, and you might find Event Horizon trying to play for a retake here once again.
They send the shock dart to clear utility, but it didn't work out. The plant goes down, and the site retake must commence. I mean, leaving B for retake, understandable. One of the easier sites to take, as you can already see the rotate back. I believe that's Kira falling back for Event Horizon GC with the KJ.
We see something interesting happening here in Garage.
Oh,
Divine and Zero.
finding
Oh
it.
my goodness,
That's
Zero
3v4.
finds Divine there.
Dez needs to push in. They have the Blade Storm. Retake comes out. There's a flash as well in tandem, but look at where Rain Above is. They're all hiding back. They're playing for that spam. Dez finds another JMV on the trade. They do have ultimates, but it doesn't really matter. The flash!
Oh no.
Gerald! JMV the one to clean things up and give themselves another easy round win. Rain Above is starting to stack their momentum.
They are playing a lot with the space that Event Horizon is affording them. And again, kind of playing retake on retake, a little bit of like inception of the retakes that they're playing there, especially that round on B. You saw most of Rain Above went out towards mid and even towards Garage. You saw J-Roll kind of push Garage there to find Divine, but Divine struck back. Not a lot of space afforded by Rain Above that round, and it looks like they're going to go fast here through C.
Their defaults work really well as not only either anti-ecos, but just the defaults work well, but their side takes do just evolution blasting past all the utility, doesn't need to worry about it, playing off of their instincts. The trade's coming back and forth, still in favor of Rain above. Zenitsu finds a two-piece, Divine evening it out. Oh my gosh, they're so quick with it. And now with not only a ultimate online that they can play further back from, but also 3 players, all they have to do is fight off Kira. And now with the flash, the dog, the cabbages, everything giving away Kira's position. Just to confirm it, right? You're gonna send the drone in. They know where Kira is. All they gotta do is hold. What do you do in this situation? Run away? Play for exits? It's a hard situation to be in.
Really play for that long play, looking for, just waiting for Kira to come in sight and try to challenge them. Really,
they're just sending shock darts out, just pushing them forward. I think Kira was looking for an exit frag, but they're just gonna fall back.
not a lot of purchase that Kiara is able to find there. It's kind of a tough situation when you're trying to play 1v3 and the bomb's already down with that far away retake.
Just gonna increase the
And once
deficit.
again, Rain above being very aggressive with those plays and then kind of fading away to play from long range. But
I'm just looking at the economy right now.
oh yeah, Event Horizon is not looking too great on their economy so far. They're gonna have to play a little bit more careful with their weapons, and they only have 1 rifle to their name this round. And you know, Rain Above's got 5. They're gonna be able to be keeping so aggressive with all these plays and just keep taking all the space that they want in the world.
I mean, they won by defusing a retake on B, so maybe like it's which is good that they're leaving retake B. I don't know what the remedy is here. The pacing from Rain above has been so successful where they're either defaulting or they're full rushing onto a site. It becomes this sort of game, right? Are they going to be just going in? Are they going to be defaulting? And it's harder, I think, for Event Horizon to really piece it together. But speaking of which, Event Horizon takes the first blood in this round, managing to give them a little bit of space.
So they do find evolution there on long. I was trying to get a little bit more information down here, but I don't know if that dog was gonna find anything.
It doesn't.
Both players on A pushed towards sewers now, and
Oh no, they sent KJ out. Not only is KJ there, but also Kelly Falls was KJ could hear them pushing through sewers, and they also have the turret going down, giving all the information for Event Horizon. As quick as it comes, it falls. Nemesis is going down. J-Roll looking for anyone playing here. Oh, but there's a judge up close. You gotta check your corners. J-Roll finds them. 2 players left for Event Horizon here. As Rain above is starting to really go above and beyond in this round. Above the 6th mark, above the 6th round mark. Oh, words are hard. Spike goes down, and it's going to be a little bit harder for Event Horizon here, but it's going to be a bit easier where Divine pushes forward. Unfortunately, she's not quick enough to the draw. J-Roll to find him. Last player standing in Kira. We've seen this situation before, but this time it's not a 1v3, it's a 1v2. Unfortunately, 2 ultimates on the line and position revealed. They're just going to be falling back, not only to utilize their utility, their ultimates, their abilities and whatnot, but also to hopefully catch Kira off guard. There's that blind. Kira runs away. JMV, hearing the footsteps, immediately pounces.
Rain above didn't have long to play with that round, but because they knew that Kiara was coming from their spawn, but that time they were able to play back a little bit. JMV really popping up to that large box by the entrance to C, and we have a timeout.
It's a good timeout here, right? Gives Event Horizon GC some time to talk to their coach to think, okay, how can I potentially win out? I mean, it's a stressful situation if you think about it. Event Horizon GC are currently down. They managed to win 1 round previously after the 3rd round in the half, and I think they just lost 4 in a row, if my math checks out there correctly. Event Horizon GC is looking to remedy their situation. Thoughts on how they can do so?
I think they need to be a little bit more aggressive with letting Rain above take all that space, because you saw especially on those extremities that they're taking sight and then they're really just bunkering down, keeping all of that space to themselves, being a little bit greedy about it. And Event Horizon hasn't been able to find a way through, find a foothold into that brick wall that Rain above has been setting up around sight. So I think Event Horizon is going to be looking to play a little bit more aggressive on the defense, hopefully find a little few more picks, so that Rain above doesn't quite have as much util or space to work with. I'd love to see Kiara do a little bit more here, because she has so much util that she can use to get intel and take space that she can be pretty aggressive, and it looks like she's planning to here on long.
Initiator play with duelists, maybe, like posturing them to really take that space, and there we see it. Aggressive. That's a
Very
strong
aggressive.
ultimate.
That goes all
You
the way to
can't-
lobby.
Yeah, you can't really contest that. You have to go through one position, and I think Raid Above might be reconsidering their place. But with JMV's ult invested in on top of those boxes in CT, might work out for them. Divine, not able to find out. The trade does come out in numbers, and Kira does manage to get some picks here, but unfortunately only 2 players left. There is that lockdown, double lockdowns coming out here as Rain Above is locking down the plant and locking down the site. Lockdown, lockdown, lockdown. I'm starting to repeat myself, but J-Roll is repeating what they did previously. Taking down Nemesis, 1 player left.
Someone got
It's
caught
just
there.
going to be D's. Des?
It was J-Roll. J-Roll got stuck in the lockdown, but he was able to hold back in sewers and let Evolution do all the dirty work there.
Des falls out the sky, unfortunately. Hey, we get to see sewers. Nice.
Such a pretty little place.
It is.
So well
and
decorated.
I'm thinking maybe more passivity. Like, instead of taking space and really being aggressive because they're having a hard time with it, maybe Event Horizon takes a little bit calmer, right? They have that Sentinel, maybe just holding their angles as much as they can, not really pushing out. They do fall back a lot and give up a decent amount of space because they know how powerful Rain Above is and how strong they are on their takes. So
Absolutely.
that might be a remedy, but I think Rain Above is just doing really well here. They're hot. They have their game. This is their map pick. Sorry, just double checking. You don't want to be doing the caster no-nos of saying wrong info. So I think they just understand the map and they've been training and they're comfortable with it.
They've been preparing. They've had chances to prepare over these last couple of weeks, taking the time. They had a land that they were playing through, and here we go. Now this is getting very interesting. JMV finds another one on top of the box, and once again they're taking site pretty quickly here. They found B. Oh, JMV falls to Dez. Dez finds a pick with the Spectre coming A side onto B, and
I was gonna say, hey, that's pretty good. Not towards A, in fact, towards C. Oh. Hey, we have Joel back. As these guys are slowly coming back, they're trying to push forward, right? They have a decent amount of players left. Spike does go down, 30 seconds on the clock, and they know it's going down towards C. With the Hunter's Fury already invested, they're, I mean, I say fairly confident that they're not going to be utilizing that, not playing too aggressively here. Oh, words.
looks like looks like Event Horizon is looking to take care of that long play, but doesn't find anything. Nemesis and Kelly both falling on that C long push, and
it's just Dez, and they fall
again. Not a lot that Dez could have done there, coming from Garage onto C like that. I feel like Rain Above is doing a really good job holding as much neutral as they can for those post-plant situations. Zenitsu especially is finding really a lot of value out of those recon darts. Just right when it seems like Des is trying to push onto the site, that recon dart comes from long, and you know, Des is kind of found stuck a little bit. Not able to get out of the way or shoot it fast enough, having to do a full 180 to find it, but looks like we're going to have another C push here, speaking of which.
Speaking of another, I was going to say, this is a best of 3, so there is some room to work with. It's not just over yet, so the comeback might come through as these guys are, again, taking a rapid space here. JMB and Valorant, sorry, taking players down here. Coopert? I was correct.
Coopert.
Man, my reading comprehension skills, sometimes they baffle me, but the thing that's baffling here is how well Rain Above is doing. 2 players for Event Horizon GC. Slowly pushing forward.
I think we're seeing a really good example of why Breach is so strong on this map. He was able to use most of his util to really take site there, really control a lot of it, especially back. And you see Cooper finds another, and Kiara once again left to fend for herself as Evolution plays pretty aggressive there and finds that last pick. And like I was saying, Breach is so strong on this map because he can control most of C. You saw he found Kelly with the the
Yeah.
his molly there. I forget what the name of the util is. I apologize. But he found Kelly with his util back sight, and there wasn't really anything she could do about it. She had to peek out or die to the util. So I think we're going to see a little bit of that again. A lot of that
I
strong
mean,
breach utility just coming into play here.
Breach that didn't get nerfed. Sky did. It's just one of those things of like initiators. I don't think they should have nerfed Sky, but having that double initiator combo on attack is really powerful because they have the Sova shock darts for stall as well as the Sova recons to get them on site. On site they are. They're taking the space already. Kelly pushes forward. This is the
Absolutely.
last round and a half as well. Finding one spray down, gets traded immediately. There are the cabbages as it's going to be lighting up red. 2 players again for Event Horizon. We see Kira and Jet, last 2 players up against 3. I think it's the same. It's not even the same 3, but I always see Sova and Omen as the last player standing for Rain Above. And I think that's another really important thing to mention is because of the Omen smokes and the Sova utility for like just to initiate these fights and to stall them, like persuade them not to push. It works out. Although Dez managing to find 2 people, but not the third.
Oh no.
And I think that's the winning combo. Just having an initiator and a controller for Rain Above worked out so well.
Absolutely. They have all that info that they can save for those post-plant situations. And they both can control that space really well. Zenitsu can pick up all the information around site, and JMV can shut down the parts that he needs to. And again, we are seeing a lot of control here from Rain Above. They're really reigning over this match. And it's 11-1 going into the second half here.
Now, I was talking a little bit about this for Event Horizon GC. They have the utility here for attack to really bunker down these sites with Viper, with Omen, with KJ. Those 3 can really work out. Maybe that's their winning combo. We were talking about Rain Above's winning combo, but speaking of Event Horizon's winning combo, they might just need those 3. Now, it's too early to say. It is a 1-11. The comeback is going to be hard. The story of Sisyphus rings a bell here, but I don't think it's impossible. It's definitely probable.
Really, a little bit of a breach stun comes through there. J-Roll isn't able to take all the space that he wants. Or Nemesis finds him, and a little bit of pushing on his site. Dez finds Zenitsu in back site and is now holding that CT position. There's smoke there though. Cooper can play safely behind it, and now we see that Event Horizon has some site control of their own. Rain Above is looking to find their way in through CT
This
through
is what I
that
was
Viper
talking about.
orb,
The Viper
and
orb.
they can really lock down all that site by themselves.
I was talking about this Viper orb earlier. It works out well for them, honestly.
Skyflash, they know someone is on site somewhere. They probably think that JV is heaven. Trying to respect that. Oh, Evolution and JV. Oh my goodness. Very fast round to the end there as they all try to push out. That Skyflash put a lot of pressure on Rain Above to really take control of the site quickly before they realized where JMV was. And it didn't quite work out. They really have that spot locked down. Like you said, that Viper util and that Omen can really work together to control site. And we might be seeing a similar strategy on attack here from Event Horizon. We're going to see a lot of that locking down space, a lot of
They get to pick
controlling,
sides, right?
a lot of
So Event
controlling, and yeah,
Horizon,
absolutely.
exactly. And I wouldn't be surprised if they can get some rounds here. The big stressor though is Rain Above only needs to win 2 more rounds to secure this map. That is one of those things where it might get tripped up. And we see a Phantom coming out for Dez. Dez.
A little bit of a force by here coming from Dez.
Oh.
And this is Rain on Evolution trying to take some space. They find the turret, and
Trying to
so
flank.
Nemesis knows where they are and probably communicated that to the team. Dez here trying to take some space, finds the turret in Graffiti, and not a lot of Rain Above presence on site right now, so they can control that space for 3. J-Roll looking to maybe find a spot through CT, but we have 4 Rain Above players coming. Yara and Nemesis, oh my goodness. Zenitsu finds 2 with the Ghost, but he doesn't have a lot of HP left, so he can't really push through that Viper wall. Just like you saw, Kelly finds Zenitsu with that low HP, finds Evolution again. J-Roll trying to take space here through CT. Puts that Molly out. And your viewers not able to find anything. There's 3 Evolution... Excuse me.
Yeah.
Event Horizon players playing on-site watching that Viper Orb. And
Mm-hmm.
Gerald was only already on low HP, really showing that
It worked
Viper,
out.
this double controller setup has
It works
a lot of
out
control.
so well for Event Horizon GC. The eco flank coming out for raid above, they're trying to push through and potentially pick up some weaponry. But unfortunately, since they left 3 alive, Event Horizon GC is going to be able to get a really strong, not only a strong bonus, but also just a strong core. They can send it to their core players. We see Des already going with the Phantom again, right? You have basically a rifle, full shields, full utility on your star duelist as they push in. I mean, this is the round where theoretically, in quote unquote theory of Valorant, you lose for Event Horizon GC. But considering that not only 3 players alive and they keep some of their best players on weapons, it might work out for them. The flash gives away the position of 1. It's stunned away.
Where that aftershock comes through, and Gerald takes full advantage of it, finding Des just outside those garage doors, trying to keep control of garage here. And Event Horizon has to go around. They have to go towards B, find a little bit more space there. They know that someone is close on site. Cooper is backing away past that Viper wall to really make sure that they can play for a retake here. They have a lot of util that Breach can use to really take control of that. But now we see that a little bit of rotation here coming, some of that fast rotation that we were talking about from earlier. Nemesis and Kiara both looking to go down long or maybe find some purchase in sewers. But they might be running into some
They're
trouble.
just
There's a lot
chilling.
of bodies from Rain Above around
They
on A
are.
site.
And also not only
And
the rotate, but also the potential pinch here. They still have players in C, so they can come back. They can fall back. A lot of changes can come out here. I do like the fact that we see Omen pushed up B. Oh,
oh, I
Evolution!
don't think Kelly was expecting that so fast. Evolution waiting for any sort of sound to come from sewers to really peek that quickly and get a pick, and was able to find 2. And now the bomb is down,
JMV?
the spike is down, and Event
Oh,
Horizon has to play recovery here. Anitsu finds Divine backside, and Kiara's last one standing on A long, and Cooper really
flawless
shows off
victory
that
for
breach
Rain
util.
Above. A flawless victory for Rain Above. A really good job overall. Event Horizon GC, I saw kind of what they were doing. They had Divide pushing up on that into B to hopefully like diversify where they can hit and potentially lurk a little bit as that controller. Yeah, something that you don't expect, right? You don't just expect to see Omen chilling on B site. But unfortunately, JMV, they just, because of that late rotate that I was talking about, they can not only can they pinch Divine, but they also found her pretty easily, and they didn't even, unfortunately, didn't even need to. Look at Evolution.
Oh
They're
my
just
gosh,
going
Evolution
in.
just diving right in, finds Nemesis quickly, finds Dez, finds Kiara, JMV, and Evolution both find 4 together, and Kelly quickly
Wow.
less alive, and Zenitsu finds Kelly. Kelly's the last one there, and that is the end of map 1. Haven coming to a quick end, and we saw some aggressive play there from Rain Above on that last point, pushing through mid, taking a lot of space. You saw Evolution really push through window there and found a lot of purchase, and that was a very stunning end to map 1.
Yeah, I mean, Haven, it was the pick for Raid Above. It makes a little bit of sense. They're kind of like more comfortable on it. Something that I like to talk about is like, hey, you pick a map, you win on it. It kind of makes sense. It also makes sense either way, but it generally makes sense if you pick a map that you win on, you're confident on it. Now, considering that is a 3-site map, and we're going to be going on and pushing towards Lotus, another 3-site map, I'm interested to see what Event Horizon brings to the table. Lotus is different, I would say, enough from Haven, having its own identity not only with the doors, but also with Breakable and the way you take sites, that I'm not surprised if Event Horizon GC seems like a completely different team going into Lotus.
Absolutely. I think Event Horizon was looking for a little bit more opportunities to switch from site to site there. We saw that they were playing a lot with the rotations coming on to that, especially those last couple of rounds. But they just weren't quite able to find what they were looking for in terms of playing that rotational game. Because Rain Above was playing very aggressive, even on defense. They had all that breach util, they had the Sova information that they were able to use to get a lot of ground and kind of take over the match a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see Lotus as I think we go to a short break for the teams, for the production, and we'll be back shortly to On Lotus.
I'm stuck inside of these walls with you. okay when it feels like I'm drowning. I hate to say goodbye, but it's time to go. All I need is someone else.
And welcome back from that short break to our Titans of Tier 3 League, bringing on that Week 1 match between Reign Above and Event Horizon GC. We just saw a very fast match on Haven between these two teams, and we're going back to another 3-site map. We're going to Lotus here for our second game of the day.
Now,
Our second map, excuse me.
the thing I do want to talk about, it not only is it a 3-site map, so it's similar to Haven, but I also think we should highlight the differences, definitely talk about them as we get into it. Now, for Agent Select, I want to see some interesting picks. I did not expect Astra off rip, but all things considered, on a map like Lotus, it not only is it thematic because it fits in with the theme, but also I think Astra's really strong on Lotus.
I think Astra definitely has a lot of usage. She has a lot of different ways that her util can be used. She's very flexible, and JMV was hovering Astra, but no more. He switched over to that Omen pick, but Nemesis will see an Astra for sure coming from Event Horizon, and we're looking like another double controller setup from Event Horizon coming here onto Lotus. So probably going to be looking to do some of the same stuff they did on Haven with that, really controlling the site and controlling everything there. They're going to be able to bunker down a lot quicker, and we might even be seeing that same thing from Reign Above.
I like the double controller comp on Lotus, specifically with Viper. The wall is really strong. The double wall with Nemesis, if they have their ultimate, is extremely powerful as well. Again, to highlight some of the differences, right? We have the doors. We have the site takes are a little harder. For example, you don't have like sewers and long. You have one take through the middle, or doors and tree, which makes a decent amount of noise. So most people try and take from rubble onto, taking a main and taking space there. I think because of differences like that, whereas B is, you can't pinch B from both sides. You can only come from Heaven and from Link. I think because of that, those minor differences and having double smokes, this being Event Horizon's map, they might just win out, taking us to game 3.
Absolutely. There's definitely a lot more opportunity for Event Horizon on this map. We saw last map that they were playing a very like almost mind game sort of situation between rotating from site to site, and there's definitely a lot more room for them to do that. A lot more room to play around with going from site to site on this map, and they can really try to get some mind games going here. Try to maybe mess with Reign Above's head a little bit, get into really that headspace of where is Event Horizon going to go next. But
And I mean, having Astra as well, it gives you not only a decent amount of space to like a lot of like versatility in the util, where you can concuss, stun. You have the smokes, obviously, because it kind of acts a little bit like a sentinel, where you set things up ahead of time and execute on them. I think it will work out here, as we see Dez already pushing forward that dedicated duelist.
Absolutely, and we don't see the same aggressive play from Reign Above coming into this map, but we see that they're pushing down into B a little bit, trying to find something there. They'll find the KJ turret, but they don't find much else, and mostly probably just looking for some sort of pick, trying to set the round off on a good foot, trying to set the map off on a good foot, and we see that both teams are very stagnant here.
It's starting off on a default, right? Reign Above is starting off on a default. I think one of the best things that they did was pacing their game. Whether they're defaulting or pushing and 5-stacking, they were really good at keeping the Horizon GC on their toes for as long as possible. And now I think it might work out. But look at the position of Dez.
This is somewhere that they're not going to expect it. They haven't checked that. Oh, they did check that corner. They need to. Sheriff headshot to the back of the head, and Kiara tries to peek out, find something. Nemesis finds Evolution with that ghost there. But now we're seeing that Reign Above committing very fast on the A site, and Event Horizon rotated towards C. We had a little bit of a fake there from Rain above, and then now they can sit in tree, they can wait for Event Horizon to come right into their lap, and they can play with all that space. They don't have Breach for retake this time, but they do still have a lot of Sky Util. They have Viper and Omen, both to control all of this area, although they don't have the Viper wall, but...
On the flip side, they lost both their entry and their initiator.
Last player standing.
The spam finds Divine there through the Viper Orb, and Nemesis goes for it, but doesn't really find anything either. Close to defusing the point there, but J-Roll and
J-Roll, the shameless
little
plug.
bit of
shameless plug.
little bit of
course.
self-promotion there in the match chat. Of course, why
Then
not?
we know where to find them when they win, when they win or when they lose.
We know where to look for him.
I think generally though, right? They starting off on default. I'm gonna keep a tally of like when they're defaulting or when they're gonna be just like pushing in, and like what their flow is, because I think that's what Rain Above is really strong at, is like, you know, varying how they play. Like right now they're sending 3 towards B, and they have a more default play style because they're playing anti-eco. And with Lotus, you don't really get that much space as an attacker when we start
Event
things
Horizon
off.
Playing very aggressive here on defense. They have 4 down A main, and they find JMV, who probably wasn't expecting that so fast.
Wow.
That's going to be a rifle for Event Horizon. And once they found their pick, it looked like they're satisfied. But now Rain Above able to control B site.
Spike planted.
Zenitsu finds Divine there off to the side a little bit. And looks like Zenitsu's going on to C. Zenitsu finds another one, finds Des on C main. And now, I mean, Event Horizon has 3, and they're able to put that to good use, finding Evolution there. But they still, it's a 3v3 still, and Rain Above has control of that site.
Even though they took down JMV, they didn't pick up their weapon, unfortunately, and now they're just stuck with Judges and pistols. That becomes a really tough spot for them.
Nemesis is playing aggressive here, trying to find something. J-Roll ready for it. Zenitsu also there. All 3 Rain Above players stacked in that one little corner, and Kiara, no help.
What
Trying to
good
find that
stall
spike.
for that post plant.
Once again, yeah.
Viper mollies, Sky Flash. You can't get in here. Just really nice stall with Viper and utilizing that utility really intelligently. It's the
You're
buy round
absolutely
right now for Event Horizon GC. Now, they're starting on defense every single time on 3-sided maps. I think that's a bit rough, especially all things considered, right? It's a 3-sided map. It's always going to favor attack just because of the variability, especially on Lotus, with Breakable being a quick rotate to B. It's a little rough that they're starting on it. I still have faith in the Event Horizon GC team to pull through.
Absolutely. And now we're seeing a little bit more aggression towards C. Rain Above playing a little bit faster this time than they have in previous rounds. J-Roll finds the alarm bot there close, but there's still 2 bodies on site for them to deal with, and no rotation yet from the Event Horizon players on A. So they're ready for that quick rotation if it does come to that. But Rain Above looking for some sort of purchase on B site. Nemesis has it locked down, but we haven't seen anything yet. Coming out of that rotating door onto C main, Divine, or J-Roll, excuse me.
It seems like Rain Above has had a really consistent start here, where they have 3 grouped up and 2 split. They had 3 grouped up C and then 1 B and A to control and contest those lanes. It's working out for them, right? So if they have any aggression from Event Horizon, they know.
That's exactly right. That's why those default setups have been working so well for them. They're able to control space a little bit and then really take control of that space when it comes down to it and find all that purchase. Well, Kelly, that Viper util coming in a lot of usage there. J-Roll finds 2, Kelly falls, and now it's just a 2v2. Rain Above has the bomb down on C site, but Dez and Sky are both looking for something here, and Zenitsu tries to find a pick, has to walk away, get out of the way of that raise nade, and looks like we have some util here to work with for both Rain Above players that are still left. Valorant finds Kiara and Waterfall, and Dez forced to play a little bit aggressive here. I don't think that was quite what they were looking for from the satchel there. But
yeah, I mean, at that point, it was.
fall.
I feel like more a bit of desperation here. I want to see how Event Horizon GC breaks through this like the way that they're playing, right? Because they have the 3-2 the 3-1-1 split for attack. They are doing a really good job just like contesting spaces and making sure that they don't get flanked, they don't get any unwanted aggression, that they know what site they're taking with the least amount of players and how they're doing it. And I wonder if we replayed this match at some point in the future on a new Lotus, how it would affect their gameplay. It's always in my mind, obviously, as you know, we got to keep it topical. Valorant is going through updates. How would it play out? In what way would it work? As we see again, 3 towards B, we have KJ on C, and we have Viper towards A. And the Viper wall A is a lot invested, so it's going to keep 2 players on that A site.
Absolutely, and I think you're talking about these updates that are coming up. Lotus is getting quite a few different changes that are going to make defending a little bit easier. And oh my goodness, Event Horizon right now trying to find some of that defense purchase, and they do. Oh my goodness, they find three players, and a little bit of a nade there comes and finds Dez in that back corner. But there's still Kiara on site with that Skydog out. Knows that there are 2 players there, and both Rain Above players. Cooper is missing a little bit of HP, so he has to play a little more careful, trying to see if anyone's flanking, but doesn't find anything. And meanwhile, both Event Horizon is starting to rotate back onto site. They're really controlling that space, but Rain Above is able to come back towards B. Out comes the showstopper, but nothing yet. Kelly is able to run away a little bit, not finding anything, and no last-second desperation there. But Kelly able to hide in the corner and find Evolution after the showstopper runs out. Now it's just down to Cooper, who has not a lot of HP left to work with here, as Event Horizon slowly starts making their way back onto site.
I like how they played a lot slower there, Event Horizon, just allowing not only the players like to walk into their sort of traps, but also not really like breaking apart when they're doing that group fire. A good Thrifty coming out in the first round picked up for Event Horizon GC. Now we want to see more of that, just group fire up against the players, seeing if they can find them. I think maybe even I said that like the 3-2 split has been working for Rain Above, maybe contesting those players who are like on their own. If they can catch wind of this like consistent pattern, they're like, all right, because from our perspective, obviously we could see, but from their perspective, they might not be able to catch it off that quickly. But if they can just see a glimpse of it, maybe get really aggressive in one area, take down one of those players, get that first blood, it's gonna put Rain Above on the back foot. They're having to have a player down, they're gonna have less space to control, and they're gonna be worried about their flank. Oh, look at this.
Absolutely. Event Horizon's got an absolutely deadly setup here on B site, and it looks like Rain Above are playing right into their hands. They've got 3 players pushed towards. Oh my goodness, Divine finds one, Dez finds a second. Evolution finds a trade onto Divine, but has to back off, has just a judge to work with. Might be able to pick up that rifle as Dez comes back up towards Heaven, but the spike is down. Event Horizon knows where the spike is, and they know that Rain Above is going to be a little bit on their back foot, and they have one more player.
Event Horizon needed. I was saying, like, they just holding their angles worked out so well for them in their lanes. And also just huge shout out to Dez there. Just amazing job. She's just hiding in a corner and good teammate, gets the trade.
Absolutely. And that setup, definitely a little bit of a stronger one, and they were able to find 2 players. So starting off on that foot is definitely something that I think Event Horizon needed to really find some purchase here. And oh my goodness, Nemesis forced to look away into that corner and gets caught out by Cooper. J-Roll finds Des a little bit further up, and that Viper's Pit is coming out now on B site. Kelly and Kiara are gonna have to fight their way into it. And
they find some picks, invest 2 ults.
They invested 2 ults. Seekers find both players in the Viper's Pit, but there's still a third one that they don't know. And everyone has legs, and they moved around a little. Zenitsu gets caught out outside of the pit by Kelly. And oh my goodness, that was some close, little too close for comfort there. J-Roll finds both remaining players, and that is a little bit impressive, running off that with just 30 HP. That Viper's Pit really comes in clutch there.
Great play from Event Horizon GC at the start, but on the flip side, Rain Above, I would say Rain Horizon there, but a little combination there, but Rain Above, they had a good job. They found a pick immediately, a really good, honestly, a good timing, and then they managed to rotate. They're like, oh, you know what? This is what I was talking about, quick rotates. We gotta get out of here. They invest 2 ultimates, the lockdown to clear, the Viper Spit to stall, and from then it was just J-Roll popping off and having a great time. There's a showstopper here,
Absolutely.
so maybe, but I doubt it.
There's
They
a
just push up.
showstopper and a cosmic divide in play here. Oh my
No,
goodness.
they have just
JMV finds
JMV.
3.
Doesn't
Dez
matter
is
how many
close
ults
up.
you have,
Nessus is
you have
far away.
JMV. Apparently.
Clearing out 2 of those ults and just the Viper Spit left to play with here. JMV, there's a little bit of an Omen teleport here possibility, but JMV prefers to just play aggressive through spawn, try to find Kelly, catch her out, but she's expecting it. And Divine trying to push through, trying to help Kelly out. Both Event Horizon players coming up here through spawn as the bomb comes down onto a site. Now, this is... Oh! Rain above trying to find some purchase on... Oh my goodness, they catch out Divine! Divine takes out JMV, but J-Roll takes that trade, and Kelly finds J-Roll as coming out from B site. But there's still 3 players left to deal with. Kelly not able to find anything, unfortunately. Gets 1, doesn't get any more past that. And I think Event Horizon once again kind of on a back foot here. We saw this on Ascent where their eco is not looking quite as good as Rain Above's, and they don't have a
Yeah.
lot. They have 5 rifles with to work. They have 5 rifles to work with here, excuse me, but
It's still difficult.
next
No, I
round,
get what you, I understand, right? It's tough. It seems like a repeat, but I still not only am I rooting for the underdog, but I see some of these core tenets that are working out for Event Horizon GC. And again, it is their map pick, so maybe on attack it's a completely different story. And looking at it, they're already combining their utility a lot better. Instead of just taking Rubble with Dez, they're having Viper Kelly, who is playing with them, even though Viper is, I don't even think they're there fully.
Absolutely. And you can tell that this is Event Horizon's map pick. Oh my goodness, a very close play. Oh,
Good trade,
Cooper
good
finds
trade.
1. Kiara grabs the trade off of Dez, but now it's a 4v4, so things are very balanced here. We have 4 Rain Above players up C long, and with 1 on the other side of the doors, it looks like. JMV putting down some smokes, looking for that TP into
Dan.
C site. Kelly is stuck in a not so great position, but Define finds that open TV. Oh my goodness, Evolution finds a judge shot around Kelly
Just
to the corner.
crispy aim working out in favor here. JMB finding
JMV,
1.
that lurk through doors finding to be very useful. Nemesis finds 2. There's still 2 Rain Above players to deal with here. JMV team keeping up on top of that site.
Oh.
And getting a little bit of damage from the
Zenitsu.
mollies, and Zenitsu with that well-timed peek, excuse me, out to finish off the round. And we're seeing another, well, at least scoreline-wise, we're seeing another repeat here. I think Random, or excuse me, oh my goodness, Event Horizon is probably going to be looking to find some picks here. All sheriffs and a stinger for them coming into this next round. And
Now, I think another thing I want to add to this is into this is that Event Horizon GC, this is their map pick, and they're starting off on defense from both sides, an attack-sided map. Last time they did get a Thrifty, right? There's similar scoreline. They managed to find a Thrifty. So hopefully, here's to hoping. But I think at the end of the day, it's just one of those things like just playing, maybe even playing similarly to Haven. I know it's weird, but like falling back and not necessarily taking as much space as they are currently. Des has consistently been like in like holding these angles and trying to find the space, and it ends up becoming a battle. Like they go back and forth and start trading each other, so potentially falling a little bit more back.
I think here oh my goodness, Rain Above pushing very fast on the site once again. Pain Shells comes out, finds Kelly in the corner. Divine stuck behind on her own. No lockdown. Yet JMV pushing forwards and catching Divine a little bit off guard. It looks like Nemesis coming through short here. And gets a couple shots. No eliminations quite yet. Kiara dogging out through Heaven here. Doesn't see anyone in secret as well. Looking to find some sort of purchase here, some sort of pick that they can use to take site a little bit more aggressively with. Those span through the smoke coming very close to Zenitsu. JMV gets a quick one tap from trees onto Nemesis. And we have a little bit of a wraparound going here as well. J-Roll pushed up Heaven with just low HP. Not seeing anyone quite yet. Evolution finds best on site. Yara falls to Zenitsu with the Vandal, and not a whole lot, not a super unexpected result from an eco round on Event Horizon's part, but an unwelcome one nonetheless.
And the deficit just growing forward. The previous game 3-13. Just to add more context to this, it is week 1, so I always try to give some context, right? Week 1, people might just be warming up to each other. The strategies are developing. Again, I want to see this run back on the new Lotus and with potentially a stronger Event Horizon GC. But we still have
Definitely.
another entire half and some more room to work with here. Strategy
100%.
being changed. We don't see Dez pushing up this time. Instead, they're falling a little bit back, playing with that initiator and really trying to see if they can get a pick off the rip. Something we didn't talk about. It is a buy round for both these teams, a true rifle round. Dez being the only player without full shields.
Absolutely. Playing that fast rotate, they went from A to C all the way around the map, playing those, and we see Event Horizon really playing those extremities right now, trying to see, because on Haven, at the very least, Rainbow didn't like that middle site, and they're not seeming to like it today either. Looking for that push towards C. Des is there, and they're ready to stop a Rain Above push. Looking at those jump peaks, trying to grab some intel before they need to.
They're not pushing up this time, right? Dez is falling a little bit back. They're not trying to take that space. Instead, respecting the ability of Raid Above and letting them come into their own crosshairs. Oh, just as it comes out, trying to find a timing.
Showstopper finds J-Roll in the corner. Zenitsu grabs the trade. Zenitsu looking to grab another one right off of it, but a quick star placement outside of C means that Zenitsu, excuse me, has to back off.
They take the guns away from them.
A little bit of juggling there. Here comes the Cosmic Divide across A site. Two players pushing into trees. Kelly finds the one in through JMV.
There's a counter?
Another Showstopper coming out. Evolution finds Kelly in the corner. Divine grabs the trades. Two Showstopper trades. Divine finds another one. And Zenitsu, now the last player from Rain Above.
He's just chilling.
That spike is over in trees, and there's not a whole lot we can do about it.
He's just chilling. They managed to...
Oh, don't do it.
Zenitsu's just chilling, honestly. He's B.
He's B.
A little bit of troll. I like when the teams kind of joke, having a fun time. Again, this is competitive, but we also can throw in some memes and some jokes every now and then. Rain Above doing an amazing job pushing in, but Event Horizon doing an even better job of adjusting their strategy and changing it. This is why I'm called a nerd, because I could talk about this for hours. They changed their strategy, adapted it. It worked out for them immensely on top of that. But having the initiator duelist combo playing together when they do take that space, if they decide to do so, allows Dez so much freedom to, and generally not to worry about a lot of the utility coming out here. Now we do see Dez again pushing up and taking space, but I think that is a confidence boost. I think because they have that Viper's Pit over towards C, I think they're comfortable with it. As soon as I say it, the lockdown comes out.
That's the second aggressive Viper's Pit we've seen out of Kelly. We saw it on Haven. We're seeing it again here on Lotus, but we might have to see that Viper's Pit go away depending on how long Kelly's willing to stay in. But that lockdown comes down and it grabs two players. Rain Above not capitalizing on it. Oh my goodness, Kiara and Dez here working together, keeping that really grouped up, able to find a couple picks there. And now there's just two Rain Above players left. J-Roll and JMV trying to make some sort of play here, but
yes!
That is a well-timed Sky Flash. Kiara and Nemesis. And Event Horizon here is looking fantastic. They're finding their purchase. They're showing why this is their map.
I honestly agree. Event Horizon GC is doing an amazing job, but on top of that, I want to mention how well this strategy is working out for both Kiara and Dez. They're doing not only playing together, but also just like grouping up there. Fun strategy with the double lockdowns, being totally okay with the lockdown, knowing that they would rather keep that Viper's Pit up and all the KG utility there and active than allow them to take that space towards C. Being like, you know what, we can have two players get detained, and even if they're detained, it's fine because they're not going to push. We have a lockdown. We have an ultimate. We have not only the player advantage, we have the util advantage here. And understanding that Event Horizon GC was not only able to win out the round, but also make a really smart play.
Absolutely. And we're seeing, again, keeping very close together, Event Horizon is, and playing those extremities, playing those sites, and oh my goodness, JMV has a huge teleport here. Might be able to speak. Divine grabs a trade onto Kelly, but that spike is down. Divine finds Evolution. Oh my goodness, Divine finds 3! Cooper escapes just barely. Divine doesn't see anything. That spike is still down on A. That was an excellent play from Divine, keeping that backside, keeping her nerves down. It's awesome. Zenitsu poking at the box from there, but probably doesn't, I don't think he knows. Nemesis is there, and Oh, there goes Divine and Kiara grabbing the trade. Another quick round, I think, and we saw
Last
very
round
strong
in
defense
the
there,
half.
keeping those groups, those small groups on sites like that is going to be
And
very good
it's
for them.
also a confidence booster for Event Horizon GC. They're really comfortable here, right? They are starting to win more rounds. They've already increased the scoreline past 313, so they have that 4-round lead. They're gonna try and continue not only winning, but they have kind of a strategy on lock, right? You group up your initiator duelist combo, you allow them to play together, you take the space that you need to take, and you respect Rain Above when they do take a lot of space in a different area, and you play for that retake. Now again, Rain Above hasn't really adapted their strategy too much. They're consistently doing the 3-2 split, sorry, the 3-1-1 more specifically split. That right, like right now, they're sending 3 players into B. KJ is over towards C, and they have Viper just chilling on A with a utility, and now regrouping back towards B, knowing, hey, there's a lot less players here. Let's take the space.
Absolutely, and Event Horizon has been playing a lot of B this map so far, and I think Rain Above has picked up on that, so now they have control of B, and it's still 5v5, no fallen bodies quite yet, but very quick execute on the site, and now Rain Above can do what they do best, and they can really hunker down and keep control of site there. You see they're already pushing into the defending spawn there, 2 players. And here comes Event Horizon. Oh my goodness, Cooper finds 2 quick headshots with the Guardian. Evolution finds a 4th with the Judge. It's just Kiara on B. Trying not to get hunted down too fast by Rain Above. Finds 1, finds 2, finds the
Kiara?
Boombot. J-Roll, here comes J-Roll with the Sky Flash. And Kiara
Oh,
not quite able to flick all the way back around in time. That was a close
got
one.
I got so excited there. I was like, Kiara? I thought there was like, I honestly was like, oh my God, it might be the clutch. But honestly, hats off. They won 3 rounds in a row. That's a huge ego boost and hopefully can carry over their momentum. Like I was mentioning previously, attack sided slightly. Thoughts?
Absolutely. I think we're seeing a big change here from Event Horizon as well. I think we're seeing a confidence change. I think we're seeing they're a lot more willing to take risks, especially on now that they're on attack, they're going to be wanting to take those risks, bring some pretty dynamic and risky plays into this next half as they're coming here on defense with that same kind of 3-2 split that we saw from Rain Above as well. And look at those determined faces ready to take on Rain Above's defense.
Honestly, I think it might work out for them, right? They have that Astra. And I'm thinking like now to myself, there's a lot of utility, right? You could set it up on the site you're taking, you could fake with it. There's a lot of versatility, but again, a slightly slower. This time again, 3-2 split, 3-1-1 splits here for attack onto the lanes.
Absolutely. We're seeing this is definitely a slower push than what we saw in Haven, giving
But a
some
little bit
time to put
faster
those Omen
nonetheless.
smokes down, but a little bit
I'd hope
faster than
so.
what Rain Above was doing.
Also, Spike is not dedicated anywhere just yet, and because of that, it's gonna be, well, I mean, a bit more comfortable, I would say, for them to really take it slow. And it's nice that they're taking it slow here on the pistol round, so they can kind of see how their teammates play, potentially find that early round win, and continue that momentum. Speaking of which, the Spike still not dedicated. I was gonna say they picked it up, but they moved it. They didn't bring it with them. They're just chilling.
Just
Or
dropped it back down somewhere else, moving some
I mean,
furniture around, no
it
big
is, but
deal.
it's 40 seconds left on the clock. You're gonna have to start pushing in and making that space, considering they have 3 grouped up towards A, 4 Rain above. It might be a little bit hard.
30 seconds left.
We'll see how it goes. There's a push. Evolution's hiding in a corner. They don't clear it, unfortunately. Finding it 2
Two
feet
frenzy
for the
headshots.
road. The frenzy headshots are working out so well. They try to take tree control, but even then, it's 20 seconds left on the clock, and immediately there's 3 players there, and the slow rotate is coming through for Rain above. 12 seconds make it 10. Valorant
Oh, that
Cooper finding 1. Last player, it's Divine. They're just jumping around. Come on. They find the knife, but they're just jumping around. It's gonna
I
be
think
a
we're
Mhm.
seeing some of that dynamic play that we talked about. They wanted to do it on Haven a little bit. They're able to do a lot more here on Lotus, but Event Horizon really playing with the time that they're given, trying to make Rain Above commit to a site, but they haven't been falling for it quite yet. We haven't seen any dedicated commits on defense yet from Rain Above. I don't think they're going to be moved too much by Event Horizon's repeated attempts at fakes here. So we this should make for an interesting half when we see that Event Horizon might realize that Rain Above is not really I don't know, falling for their tactics. They might have to change up their strategy here a little bit.
Honestly, I still have confidence. I always like the comeback story, so I'm just rooting here for Event Horizon GC. Take us to that game 3 ascent. You will be stronger. I think a lot of things, but I think that it is a good, to be fair, it is the buy round 4 and above. They're gonna have a better buy. They're gonna be playing a bit anti-eco, I would say. And Event Horizon GC, they are on sheriffs and pistols, so again, they're gonna take it slower. They're not gonna really rush in there. Maybe a little bit faster than the previous round, but still variable.
Right. Once
Evolution,
again, Matt Spike not committed anywhere in particular quite yet.
I honestly think that works in their favor because it'll allow them to rotate where they need to, especially with how rotate heavy this map is. Again, we're going down to the wire. 40 seconds left. Nothing happening just yet. Still looking at Rain above. They're not rotating too quickly, leaving B open. They get caught there.
30
True
seconds
Link
left.
Viper is just chilling. It's gonna be Cooper.
Now we're seeing that
B
Spike
push
commit
comes
on the
in.
site a little
It
bit.
is, but look at Evolution. He has this patented Guardian. Catches one off guard. Gets a 2. The trade is there, though. It's going all in favor right now of Raid above. It immediately falls. Then Horizon GC. I like the play. Fortunately, Rain above just winning out a touch.
A lot of hustle here from Rain Above. We saw very quick collapse on the B site as soon as they realized that Spike was committed, and all 5 Event Horizon players were sitting at B main. They all they started running over to B side, and they were able to really collapse on top of Event Horizon quickly. And that just shows how aggressive that they feel like they can be and really take advantage of the space that they have to work with.
10-4 on the scoreline. They have the weapons here, the firepower to even things out. Divine on that Guardian, a single shot rifle, no semi-automatics. I like Rain Above's positioning here. They're trying to go for a flank early on, but I think that because of the Sentinel on the back foot, it might work out for them. Divine caught in a tough spot, a bunch of utility pushing forward onto them, but it does do a decent amount of damage. Sure, they lost the Guardian, but they do have a site. Not fully secure yet. There's still 2 players. Oh, Zenitsu's just hiding there. No, instead, they're going to be going from the back. They're going to call it. They take into control of CT, and they're going to be running all the way towards C site, understanding that they can catch some players off guard. Evolution sifts them out. They have the Guardian. Something that I think Evolution has been doing an amazing job with the head taps. They're on that duelist roll for a reason, but they also have a good call here, headed immediately towards C. JMV hiding outside the smoke, and the ringer
Off
on the
they go.
Rosie. Event Horizon GC falling back again. They're going to run
find
into Cooper. Unfortunately, Dez does find GMV. 30 seconds left. They have to take some space here, though. They need to get the plant down. Some capacity. They're falling back towards A. It was a quick rotate for Event Horizon GC, but look, Cooper's still on that site. He's gonna, I guess, let the plant go down as he takes down Kiara. Now 3v3. Des finds a 3-piece. Des has been looking great on the second half as well. Kelly finding one of their own, a good trade. The numbers advantage falling in Event Horizon's favor. This might be a round that they win, hopefully starting their steamroll here. Picking up some more rounds in this half means a lot to them here. Cooper trying to deny that, though. Gets mollied off. I mean, you got to respect that as the Viper. Nemesis to find him. Chips off damage, but Cooper doesn't fall just yet. That's the bomb. The tap comes through. Sometimes pros don't fake, but it seems like pros are. Mollied off. It misses. Sprays forward. Kelly winning out here. Picking up another round for Event Horizon GC as they're slowly mounting a comeback.
It almost looked like Cooper pulled his knife out there at the end, just going for that one tap, looking for something quick, but unfortunately not quite able to find that last shot onto Kelly. Nice little clutch there from Kelly. We like to see it. Event Horizon, like we said, looking a lot stronger now. Feels like they really have their confidence back, really playing that ring around the rosy with Rain above on offense
I like that
here.
a lot. I personally like that a lot so much. I thought with how slow these rounds are playing out and how much they're drawing out the timer, I think it works out for them. But speaking of slow, this might be nothing but slow. The flash comes forward. Kelly sprays. Evolution is there. There's the counter for the showstopper. It doesn't find anyone, unfortunately. Nemesis, the only one with a pick, and the only player alive for Event Horizon here is Divine. As soon as it comes up, Rain above is going to go further than that to try and stop it. Divine, the last player here for Event Horizon GC, and they're going to be the last to fall. Rain above secures themselves a 11th round.
I think with Event Horizon's strategy of running all over the place, Rain Above isn't able to really hunker down anywhere like they really wanted to on Haven. But now that
They've adapted.
they've been so aggressive on that defensive play that Event Horizon can't play their games so much. They don't have as much of an opportunity to go from site to site. They didn't even get a chance to get to Broken Door on that play. They just got almost run over by
Rubble. They
Rain
just
Above.
took so much space, Rubble. And it's interesting, right? Because when on even footing, they're totally comfortable with it. But right now, they're respecting the eco buy. They don't want to lose this with 2 rounds away from match point. It's just patience, right? They don't. I mean, I wouldn't want to lose the Phantom and get lost.
Absolutely, mostly sheriffs here for Event Horizon. Quick footstep here. Kelly's trying to pick off that Killjoy utility, but not much else happening besides that. I don't know if Kelly knows how many Rain Above bodies are around her right now, and there we go. There's a little bit of proof.
Kelly's gonna fall. I was gonna say they are trying to play it slow here and potentially pick off not only some utility, but also find some aggression from Rain above before they execute onto a site, maybe potentially pick up a weapon or two, grouping up towards C for the take. But again, it's one of those situations, right? It's hard for you as a team to really, on a eco buy, to play things out. Maybe Astra Wall, Cosmic Divide, to provide a decent amount of entry. I
Both
see
teams have a controller ultimate up here.
and they do have Cooper on C. They do have Cooper on C, so maybe as a reaction, it gets popped. There's that wall. Let's see if it gets popped. Flash misses, unfortunately. Cooper doesn't, though, hiding behind the wall, utilizing it for the space control. Zenitsu playing with them. Cooper's just holding. Zenitsu sprays. Valorant needs to fall back. Cooper, it's such a disorienting name, but it's honestly not disorienting to watch him. Clean aim coming out from Dez. They find Cooper. They find JMB. Defenders win just off time. Picking up a weapon. They see if they can find some more, do some damage to the economy. But J-Roll is going to grab them.
One more. First shout on me.
Dez really wanted to find a rifle there. Not quite able to grab anything at the end. Got taken out by J-Roll. That was a little bit of a different round than what we've seen before. We saw a little bit more of an aggressive play from Event Horizon. They're really trying to stick with that fast rotational play. Not able to find anything quite yet this map particular. Yeah. And something is looming above the horizon here, and I think we know what that is. I think it's maybe J-Roll finding that KJ turret.
Just immediately falling back, utilizing that initiator utility. This time going for a more condensed split on attack here. Instead of sending 1 and 1, they're going to be grouping up a touch more. But I think it might not work out for them. Zenitsu finding one. Nope, the trade comes through instead. And I think trades definitely favor attackers here. Right now, you know where at least you can rotate. You know how many players that are. Sorry, hiccup. I'm getting nervous here. Hiccuping even at this players. I want to see some action as they immediately flood onto the site. Site gets taken by Event Horizon. Plant going down. Immediately the group up from Rain above as they're grouping up towards CT. 3 players pushing forward. As calls it, sprays them down. Nope, Evolutions to find it. There's also an op shot giving away the position of at least 2. There's the showstopper for the take. Oh, the retake. But Kelly and Divine quick to the draw. Divine does have that lockdown, but in such a compromised spot, not able to utilize it to the fullest potential. They find J-Roll, but JMV on the trade, going for the defuse. It's going to be a clean, well, I mean, a messy win, but a messy win for the round, but a solid victory. 5-13 going in favor of Rain above.
We saw that very quick switch up from Rain above in the back half of Lotus here. really trying to adapt to Event Horizon's strategy, and I think they did it. I think they were able to really pick out what Event Horizon was trying to do. They played against those aggressive rotations, and you can see
They did a good
there,
job.
Cooper to Evolution both really
Mhm.
finding a lot of picks there. 4 first bloods
Cool.
for Evolution.
20 and 10 for Cooper, just doing an amazing job. We see all the GGs in the chat. Full respect to both teams. It definitely Event Horizon having a rough start of it, but good, and honestly, hats off to them. Dez and Divine also doing an amazing job leading the charge for their team. We also always got to commemorate Kira and JMV for the 8 assists. I do want to say Cooper 11 assists on the board as well. Really high ACS attained with not only the assists and the first bloods and the plants, but just Cooper overall just doing a really good job on all the aspects of Valorant in the stats wise, but game wise, some of the highlights for me was Event Horizon when they pushed in through CT, Rain Above's dedication to their strategies consistently with what they're sending and how they're playing, even mildly adapting it. Event Horizon, good adaptation there, sending your duelist and your initiator worked out. Just congratulations to both teams. I guess it
Absolutely.
was a good match.
That was a very good match. I think both teams really showing their prowess there. I think we saw a lot of good plays from both teams. I think Event Horizon really wanted to play with Lotus. That's why they were so adamant to pick it, and they really showed us why that was their map choice. We saw a lot. I think that ring around the Rosie was fantastic, and it's definitely a strategy that I would love to try someday.
And with that, it's going to be 2-0 in favor of Rain Above. I believe that is all for today, for today's programming. But with that, I'm going to be signing off. Is it all?
I think we're gonna have a little bit of an interview here.
Oh, we
in just
are?
a
Oh,
second.
okay. We do get an interview. Okay. So stick with us for a little bit as we get that sorted and settled. We'll be back with you guys shortly.
I'm stuck inside of these walls with you. I don't recognize who I've turned into. I'm losing hope in getting myself back. Everything around me is starting to turn black. Don't tell me you're hurt again. Tell me how wrong I am. Tell me how it's all my fault. Yeah, I've met my match again. Starting from scratch again. Where's the pleasure in all this pain? Don't you lie to me. Say it's all okay. When it feels like I'm drowning. I hate to say goodbye, but it's time to go. All I need is someone else. I've never felt more divided than now. Every word that leaves your lips never means how it sounds. You've conquered the best of me, could have just set me free. Games that you play are just second hand. And now I'm beside myself, no one your fucking hell. Let me just go, let me just go. And don't you lie to me. Say it's all okay.
everyone, and welcome back. We are here, not only the two casters, but we're here with a third, the interview, JMV. How are you feeling today getting started with the interview?
Well, this is my first match with this team, and I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, you put up quite the performance today, coming out with that 22-8 on Haven and an equally impressive 11-12 on Lotus. I just wanted to ask you a little bit about like how you guys were feeling in that match, especially on Haven. You guys are playing a lot of post-plant situations. Walk me through kind of like what you guys' idea were for playing, especially on C. You were playing a lot of just kind of long, drawn-out post-plans.
I mean, for Haven, honestly, like I said, I'm pretty new to this team, so I don't really know like all the stress that we got. But I know that playing post plants on Haven was mainly because we would take down their smokes a lot, like their Viper and their Omen and stuff like that. So we were just able to play our post plants like that, and also we were just have a lot of util towards the end of the round as well, so we could just play off that stuff like that.
Absolutely. You guys did kind of have a lot of space to play with on Haven. We saw very like pretty dominant performance there, which was very nice.
Yeah.
You guys were taking over with those fast executes onto the A and C sites, and not a lot of room left for Event Horizon to take resites or to retake sites. Excuse me. There's a little bit of a different game on Lotus, wasn't it? You guys were playing a little bit more passive, especially on defense. You guys are playing very passive, kind of waiting for Event Horizon to come to you guys. So, what did you guys talk about anything in between matches? Did you think about something like that? Like why were you guys staying so still on Lotus and waiting for them to come to you?
Lotus on defense, so this is a three bomb site map, rotating a lot, like that could be a big problem. Because if you just rotate off a good amount of util or just like some presence on the other side of the map, then you leave like a lot of holes on the other side of the map and they could just exploit that. So anchoring and just playing retakes on the other side is probably the way that we would go.
Absolutely. And it looked like Event Horizon maybe wanted you guys to be a little bit more aggressive, playing some Ring Around the Rosie there, especially about halfway through. I'm sure things got a little bit fun out there.
Yeah. And now to bring it back a little bit to Haven, right? You're saying this is a new team. You led the charge for Haven, 22 and 6 for assists. So KDA, 22, 8 and 6 across the board. How do you feel not only with your team, and also how do you feel about Haven as a map as a whole, like that performance?
I feel like our Haven's pretty strong, and honestly, I feel really confident with this team. That's why I was probably like making some like confident plays, because I know I could trust them, and like if I die or something like that, I know that they could still bring the round back.
All right, I'm gonna ask another question. I know we didn't discuss this, but this is a new team. Are you hopeful for the future?
Yeah, very.
Oh, that's exciting to see. Thank you for the time, JMV.
Thank you for having me.
You're honestly, thank you for having us. It was really fun to talk to you. Joel, do you have anything else to add before we head on off?
I got nothing else. I gotta say that was a very entertaining match to watch today. Both teams, excellent performances. I hope next week is also as exciting. I look forward to seeing you guys out there and performing next week as well.
Yeah, looking forward to it as well, guys.
Well, we'll see you guys in the future. I'm assuming tomorrow we're gonna have some more games. And welcome to Titans of Tier 3, the league. We're excited to have everyone here. And with that, stay safe, stay healthy, have a nice day. Cheers.
Bye.
I'm stuck inside of these walls within. I don't recognize who I've turned into. I'm losing hope in getting myself back. Everything around me is starting to turn